With the recent Gen 4 remake announcements, and me having spent an unholy amount of my life playing Platinum, I couldn't be more excited for Pokemon this year. That was me before last night's announcement. Other than the remake footage, this entire video was made before the Gen 4 reveal. After staying up until 3 in the morning, what do I think of it? You know, I applaud Game Freak for trying out a new idea. Whether or not it'll be worth trading a traditional remake for it will be answered when the game comes out. But why did they have to make Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl chibi? The in-battle models look better, but the chibi models just look... Anyway, more on that later. Back to pre-announcement me. Some of the features mentioned now may seem a bit strange, but most of them still hold up, so I hope you enjoy. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the features I most want to see in Gen 4 remakes. Some of these are kinda unrealistic, while others are much more plausible, but either way, I'll try bringing up points not usually mentioned. I'll split the video into 3 sections, these being region, Pokemon, and gameplay. So let's go. I want to start off by saying I don't want any features from the original Diamond Pearl or Platinum releases to be missing in these remakes. I don't care if they're the most niche features like the Battle Resort Plaza or the Hidden Ruler, I want the full package. And don't cut something out like the Battle Frontier and sell it as DLC later when we got it for free some 14 years ago. The Sinnoh region has one of the most lengthy post-game content in any Pokemon game. It would be such a disservice to the original if they cut anything from it, except of course the health bar speeds. On top of including mission events in the game without the need of Wi-Fi, I hope they include the unreleased mystery gifts as well. Platinum was my first Pokemon game, and to be honest, for anyone else starting out Pokemon for the first time, I can't recommend it more. Because Gen 4, to me at least, was about connecting all the 4 generations of Pokemon to one big complete game. So much fun of the game was from buying or borrowing previous games from friends to get rare Pokemon that couldn't be found in the Sinnoh region. I feel like Gen 4 was the last of the original type of Pokemon games before they started adding new gimmicks to the series or focusing on more story or online play. Not that those things are necessarily bad, but as seen in a design philosophy said by the game director Junichi Masuda about Gen 4 in an article written by Dr. Lava, link in the description, Masuda tried to make Gen 4 the ultimate Pokemon games at the time. Ultimate in all the established aspects of the franchise, and new ones. These being battling, online connectivity, and Pokemon history. So that's why I think it would be a perfect time to add previous games to the eShop to transfer older Pokemon to our game. Or they could do something even better. They can add all the 4 Japan-inspired regions to the remake. I know this sounds very unrealistic, but hear me out. If they just update the visuals of the Sinnoh region, but leave the layout of the towns and the routes the exact same, like they did for Kanto in the Let's Go games, then it would again feel out of place in a 3D setting, and a bit disappointing considering the technological jump. It's not like the Demon's Souls remake that recently came out for PS5, where all they needed to update was the visuals since they already had a 3D map to work with. No, Gen 4 was a 2D game with a few 3D objects, so they need to make changes to make the world feel more natural. Unless they go through the trouble of making some routes less linear or have a mini wild area, just remaking the region in 3D isn't that difficult. They already did so for Kanto, so adding the other 2 Japanese-inspired regions is very plausible for their 1 to 2 year deadlines if they keep the region's layout the exact same. This would be even better way to get players to explore for certain Pokemon and level up their team after beating the main story. It would also further connect the 4 Japanese regions together and make these remakes the ultimate remake of the old style of Pokemon. But of course, we all know that's not gonna happen. Alright, so now let's talk about the Pokemon. I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but for the Pokédex, I only want the original 493 Pokemon that were available in Gen 4. Even if they don't add the other regions or game equivalents to the eShop, I want to feel how it was only having Pokemon from Gen 1 to 4 again. I don't want to go around the region and find some Ultra Beast or whatever this is, because the designs of the 493 are what many of us connect Sinnoh and the older regions with. And it would be a good way to revive a more classic style of meta or team in multiplayer and single player. No Megas, Z-moves, Ultra Beasts, or Gigantamaxing. Sure, you have Dragon types ruling the scene, but keeping older Pokemon with types changed to Fairy would probably help out the problem a little bit. But even if it doesn't, I really don't care. I just want a break from all the newer gimmicks that are a scapegoat for situations that slightly go bad, and go back to a classic style of team building. Also, having some variation with the Pokemon models is a must. I was so disappointed when the Pokemon size and scaling were not right in Sword and Shield, and the fact that every Pokemon is still using the same static pose in every game since 2013. So I would love the scale of each Pokemon to be fixed to proper size, and slightly different stances for each Pokemon. But I would also like slight size difference and small color change between each Pokemon, sort of like in Pokemon Go, except not just numbers. It doesn't have to be something so drastic, but it will help to make each Pokemon not feel the exact same. For example, in Gen 4, Croagunk's cheeks were colored red, but every gen after they were colored orange. Why not have both? And make a scale where the main color tone and size values that slightly change the default appearance are randomly chosen for every new wild Pokemon encountered, to add small differences for everyone who has caught the same Pokemon. They already do this with stats of Pokemon through EVs and IVs, but since it's a lot easier to change them and know how they work, that uniqueness in numbers has long been lost. And with the recent leaks of gender differences being cut content from the original Gen 4 games, having 493 Pokemon gives Game Freak a lot of freedom to implement smaller details like that to the models, even if it's just for the remakes. And if they are only going to add the 493 Pokemon from Gen 4, I want them to utilize the opportunity to make regional forms of older Pokemon, for example Pidgey. This would make it feel like the game has new Pokemon forms without adding Pokemon that weren't originally in the region. Alright, so let's move on to the gameplay. Unlike in the Gen 3 remakes, I would love to see customization return for the Gen 4 remakes. To be honest, one of my favorite things about Sword and Shield was how well the trainer customization was done, especially with the added feature of the trainer card. I hope they give us the ability to change between iconic costumes such as the Diamond/Pearl and Platinum trainer costumes. Each trainer's outfit from the games are so iconic, and I'm dying to see them rendered on the Switch in 3D. Also, with seeing how well they can do animations for trainers and gym leaders, I think it's only fair if they allow us to choose animations for our characters at the start or end of every special battle, like the gym, online, or rivals battle. They even added poses in the game for the trainer cards in Sword and Shield, so why not allow us to select our intro, victory, and loss emotes as well? Not the most important features, but it would help to further individualize our characters from others online. Also, I hope they give us the ability to make our own logo or symbol for our teams. That's sort of the inspiration of my channel's logo, so I would love to be able to make something similar in-game to add to our trainer cards. Just something to further personalize our team. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is level progression. I know Game Freak implemented EXP candies and a mandatory XP share to more easily help players to get to max level for online battling. But if they are going to keep these features, then at least increase the level cap to 150, and make XP past level 100 only obtainable through battling, catching, or anything that doesn't give you an instant net of or shared XP. Back in the original Gen 4 games, after beating the Elite Four 20 times, your rival and the Elite Four's Pokemon all get a level increase. And if you battle the same trainer a few times from the Battle Seeker, their Pokemon also levels up and evolves. They could do something similar with an increase of level past 100 after beating trainers a few times. This will allow those who want to quickly get to level 100 for online battles the ability to do so, while also keeping the max level only obtainable through grinding for players who want to earn their max level throughout their journey. Finally, Gen 4 had a lot of small details such as ball capsules, poffins, etc. So I would like to see them return, as well as adding new ones as well. For example, I think it's about time they add different colors for the normal Pokeballs. We see them in the anime and now on loading screens, so why not allow us to have a bit more variety? And having a belt that holds your Pokeballs would also be a cool addition as well. So those are some of my most wanted features in the Gen 4 remakes. Let me know what yours are in the comments below. I'm so glad I finally got to complete this video since the original version of this script was made back in 2019, but since the Sword and Shield DLCs were announced, I decided to hold it off until the following year. Depending on how well this video does, I'll decide if I want to make another video adding all the features mentioned in that original script, like a stance battle system, but I don't know, I'll see if it's worth it later on. Anyway, this has been the Hero of Sinnoh. Thanks for watching.